Okay, let's continue with the word of the Most High. Let's look at Micah 7:10. Micah 7:10. Book of Micah 7:10. It says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Most High, thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the myrrh of the streets. You better watch out. That's why you got to be very, very careful in how you operate in dealing with the man of the Most High that's trying to make it to the kingdom and trying to help you make it to the kingdom. That's why I said, go up to verse 8. It said, rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, Most High shall be a light unto me. I don't know and I'm ignorant of something. The Most High going to enlighten me to the light, shining bright. His law, statutes, commandments, His way, His rules and regulations. I will bear the indignation of the Most High, because I have sinned against Him, until He plead my cause and exercise judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light. See, Most High going to bring you forth to the light, if you allow Him to. And I shall behold His righteousness. That's the righteousness is Deuteronomy 6:25. Keeping of the commandments of the Most High. And the light, we went over the light initially in Proverbs 6:23. Listen. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me. If she see that you in the light, and she's still in darkness, ignorant, not knowing, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Most High thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the myrrh of the streets. You better watch it. You better watch out. Thus say the Most High. I ain't said it, the Most High said it. So she's going to be mowed down like the murder in the street, the slop in the streets. That's why Paul said, hey, they want to dwell with you even though they don't believe. But when it comes down to them going against what it is that you do believe in the truth, trying to see you to hell with them, Most High said, hey, you stay fast. He's going to show you that light, bring you to His law, statutes, commandments. He said, you're going to murder it down in the street. She might end up getting killed in the street. Just what he just said. That's why it's very important to be in tune. The Most High will get you. He's talking about the indignation. His wrath. What part that you don't get? Look at Genesis 2:18. Genesis 2:18. And the Most High said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a help meet for him. So it says, he said it's not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an help meet for him. Help meet, a help right for him. Somebody that's right for him. That's going to help him. Look at go to the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus, the 36th chapter. Ecclesiasticus 36, and look at verse 24 and 25. Ecclesiastes 36 chapter, the 24th and 25th verse. Say, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself. Can get no clearer than that. Your woman's supposed to be helping you, and as you deal with what you got to deal with, is you can make it for both of you. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. Wow, a pillar of rest. That's what the woman's supposed to be. If she's virtuous, that is. Now, some women, they're not virtuous. They don't understand this. They're not going to follow this. But it says here, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. I mean, you own her. She's your possession. In love, though. A help like unto himself. A help like unto himself. Whatever he's doing, she's supposed to be there to help him. And a pillar of rest. So where no hedge is, where you don't have no boundaries set, then the possession, your wife, is spoiled. You know, spoiled, that's like spoiled milk, rotten. It's become rotten. And he that have no wife will wander up and down mourning. Hey, spoiled. Next thing you know, she gone. And you got no wife, you're going to be mourning. Oh, man, whoa, man. Got to put boundaries. That's what he said. The hedge is what? The hedge is so that, you know, you have restrictions. Certain things. But a virtuous woman going to be in order. So she know. If she don't know, she going to ask. Because most I just said, she going to be murdered in the street. Murdered down in the street. That's what he just said. So that's why certain things, once I deal with things decently in order, not out of order. Go to Tobit, the 8th chapter. Tobit, the 8th chapter. Tobit 8 and 6. Tobit 8 and 6. We have a Cambridge University Press Apocrypha. It's on page 40. It says, Tobit 8 and 6, it says, thou madest Adam and gavest him Eve, his wife, for an helper and a stay. See, the Most High made Adam and gave him Eve, his wife, for an helper and stay. Of them come mankind. Thou hast said, it is not good that man should be alone. We just read that, Genesis 2:18. Let us make unto him an aid like unto himself. An aid like unto himself. That's why, when you understand this, the scriptures, the world is kind of like backwards compared to what the scriptures are saying. Because it's almost like the woman is the king and the queen in this world now. Whereas, how do you look at this and what we just read, and then you go to a virtuous woman? I know most women should know the scriptures that show you that you're virtuous. A lot of women feel that they're virtuous. They don't have no man. And some that have men feel they're virtuous. But let's look at it, because this world say, okay, well, a man's supposed to do everything for a woman, and she's supposed to do nothing but just be taken care of. Let's see what a virtuous woman does. Proverbs 31 and 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? That's the question. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart, the mind of her husband does safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. He don't need no need of spoil. I mean, when you go out there and if you went to war, you was able to get whatever it was that the enemy had once she was dead. You take whatever. Say a virtuous woman, say this man that have a virtuous woman ain't gonna have no need of getting whatever it is, that precious jewels that he might have on. That's costly. You need none of that. Listen. If you have a virtuous woman, she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. It's a virtuous woman. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh. The virtuous woman is worketh willingly with her hands. She worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. She bringeth her food from afar. Might have to go a little distance to get the food. She rises also while it is yet night and giveth meal to her household. She cooking, making sure that everything's all right for in the morning. If she rising up at night and giving meat to her household and a portion to her maidens, she considereth a field and buyeth it. She look at a field, she buys it. She buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. With the fruit of her hands she working. She planteth a vineyard. Help me. She girdeth her loins with strength and strengtheneth her arms. She out there hooking it up, doing things. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good, her candle goeth not out by night. She got, like I say, a merchant ship, meaning she got things to sell. Just like the merchants coming in the shores, she just like that. Ship full of goods. She got a whole lot of goods to sell. She on it. She led her hands to the spindle. She led her hands to the spindle. That's working. Sewing machine or whatever, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor. Yeah, she reaches forth her hands to the needy. She's looking at the poor, taking care of, looking out for taking care of the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household. The snow don't stop her. And you know, a lot of women that's on the East Coast, you gotta deal with that snow. It don't stop you. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. And when she put her hand to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff, she's sewing. So all her household are clothed with scarlet. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates. When he sitteth among the elders of the land, he's known. She maketh fine linen and selleth it. You know? She maketh fine linen and selleth it. And delivered girdles unto the merchant. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. Strength and honor is her clothing. She gonna rejoice in time to come. She openeth her mouth with wisdom. Of what? The word of the Most High. Wisdom is a proper application of knowledge. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. in her tongue is the law of kindness. She's very kind. It's a virtuous woman. She looketh well to the days of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. She ain't idle. She's doing something. Busy. Keeping busy. Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he is praised, and he praises her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. See? Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Most High, she shall be praised. You see what he says? We said it earlier, beauty is vain. What good is beauty and you can't be virtuous? And don't fear the Most High. Keep it his laws, statutes, commandments. Give her the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Everybody gonna praise about her own works, it says. It just said all the things that a virtuous woman will be doing. So now, when you have this virtuous woman, and you go to Ecclesiasticus 26 and 1, it says, blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. You know? Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. We just read about the characteristics of being a virtuous woman. So it says, blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. A virtuous woman rejoices her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. See, when the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of what? Peace. A good wife is a good portion which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Most High. So you fear the Most High, you can look forward to having virtuous wife. Isaiah 8 and 20. Isaiah 8 and 20. So I say, dwell with a woman according to knowledge. Isaiah 8 and 20. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. The laws of the Most High are in them. The Mashiach Yahushua is not in them. So to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, you got nothing to say about this word, it's because there's no light in them. So if no light is in you, then you're dealing with darkness. You can eat them or not. That's why it says in Isaiah 60 and 2. I mean, they're the ones the superpower of the earth at this time. So Isaiah 60 and 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. You know? Gross ignorance, darkness means ignorance. Gross ignorance to people. But the Most High shall arise. There go your Klum Abanawa. Rise, our Father. But the Most High shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Mashiach Yahushua, we are Mashiachim. But if you in darkness, then yeah, this light not going to shine upon you. And if you have a light, you can see darkness. You can see darkness. Even if you have a little light, you're going to still see darkness in those, the regular people that's ignorant, that don't know, think they know. Sad. All this time, man, it's 2008. People still in darkness, still following the way, the simplicity of the simple. That's why you say, I want these simple ones when you love simplicity. real simple to just follow along with man, whatever they doing. Been doing all these years since slavery. Still doing the same thing. Listen at this. Proverbs 31 and 3. Proverbs 31 and 3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. See? So give not thy strength to women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Men, some men, they all gung-ho and dealing with their woman and gave them everything. Now they turn against you. So a lot of people ain't ready. They ain't really ready for this. Proverbs 12 and 4. Proverbs 12 and 4. I hope you are. It's the word of the Most High. Proverbs 12 and 4. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed, a virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, make him feel like a king. That's what he's saying. But she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones. You a shameful woman, it's like rottenness in his bones. Hurtful. I mean, that's like, just like the word is, it cuts you to the marrow of the bone. A shameful woman, it's like rottenness in his bones. You gotta have, like I say, you gotta have some integrity. You gotta have the ability to follow what these words are saying, so that you are a virtuous woman. You are a woman that will be respected, because you carry yourself a certain way, you will not get your respect. Period. But if you do, then you'll be respected. The Most High will. He said, when you please the Most High, He make even your enemies be at peace with you. But if you got your own way, then hey, hopefully you can make peace for yourself. When you be out there and those spirits be hitting you, coming at you this way and that way, you don't know what to do. Remember you're a weaker vessel. Women. Proverbs 30 and 20. Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wiped her mouth and said, I have done no wickedness. She done laid with another man. She's your woman, your wife. She done laid with another man. She can sit down and eat, wipe her mouth like normal. I ain't did nothing. I ain't did no wickedness. I ain't did nothing. Romans 1:26. Romans 1:26. For this cause, the Most High gave them up unto vile affection. Vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. That's women with women, He said that's vile affections. Romans 1:26. This will show you, verse 27. And likewise also the men, leaving natural use of the woman. Natural use of a woman is to be with a man. Natural use of a man is to be with a woman. Burning their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meet or right. Error. We know what the judgment is. Leviticus 20 and 13. Man lie with mankind of each other, woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. That's the law. Proverbs 18:22. Proverbs 18:22. Most I ain't with no women with women and men with men. Proverbs 18:22. Whoso findeth a wife, findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor of the Most High. You get a wife, you find a good thing. You find favor of the Most High. Proverbs 5:7. Proverbs 5:7. You find a wife is a good thing. You find favor with the Most High. Proverbs 5:7. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Got to hear what he's saying. Micah 7:5. I hope you women can really deal with this one, because this is really serious. Especially one that's nosy. You want to know everything. You want to dip in this way, dip that way, and every way you think of. This is what he said to you. And men, this is what it says. And this, you got to understand, women, you got to understand, you got to see what it says so you don't be like this. And men, you got to look what it says. This is what it says, Micah 7:5. Trust ye not in a friend. Yeah, friends will let you down, boy. You trust in a friend, they'll let you down. Put ye not confidence in a guy. Listen at this. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. Let you know, you're supposed to be telling your woman everything. Keep the doors of thy mouth. Don't give that strength to the woman. What it said, keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. Who lieth in your bosom? Your woman. It said, keep the doors of thy mouth, the doors of your mouth with your lips. What you saying? From her that lieth in thy bosom. See? So, what he's saying, a woman that's supposed to be trying to deal with everything a man is dealing with. And men are supposed to be giving a report to a woman, everything that he do. A woman should desire to know everything that a man is dealing with. You ain't a man. Most I say men ain't supposed to be sitting amongst a lot of women. But women want to know what a man's dealing with. For what? That's why he said, keep the doors of thy mouth. What do you say? Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. Meaning you're not supposed to be telling her everything. And women should be wanting to know everything. Proverbs 11:27. Proverbs 11:27. He that diligently seeketh good procureth favor, but he that seeketh mischief, it shall come unto him. You seeking out, trying to look for something negative, you're going to find it. That's what he say. You looking for something negative? Like women, they grabbing your phone, looking into your phone, or looking at whatever it is you're dealing with. Or man, you dealing with that, you looking for something wrong, you're going to find it. Most say I set you up, so hey, okay, that's what you're looking for, you're going to find it. He that diligently seeketh good procureth favor. What's good? We don't went over that. Looking at keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, doing what's right, you're going to find favor with the Most High. But he that seeketh mischief, you want to go out there and do what's wrong? You don't want to follow what he said do? It's written. A lot of you know. You don't know, none of you know. But he that seeketh mischief, it shall come unto him. So you got to watch what you say, watch what you think, watch what you do. You seeking mischief, it's going to come into you. Looking for, that's why you're looking for dirt, you're going to find dirt. You're going to make sure you find it. Hurt your feelings, get your feelings hurt real bad. That's why you got to roll in the spirit. Spirit of the Most High. Keep this truth going. Nothing more powerful than the truth. I don't care what it is. Nothing more powerful than the truth. Go to Wisdom of Solomon. 3rd chapter. And we're going to look at verse 11. For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain. What they want, what they believe in is vain. You despise wisdom and nurture. That's what this Bible does. It gives us wisdom and nurturing us. He is miserable. He's miserable. And their hope is vain. Their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. Their wise are foolish. Say they wise is foolish, and their children wicked. Who is he talking about? Verse 11 again. For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, that's what he's talking about. The wise are foolish, and their children wicked. Their offspring is cursed. Wow. So the offspring is cursed. Wherefore, blessed is the barren that is undefiled. Blessed are those that don't have any children, haven't born children. That is undefiled, which have not known the sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation of soul. You won't have children. Most I said, unless he visit you. You just got to do what's right to the end, and do it to the end. Most I make you so fruitful you won't even believe it. 1 Ezra 4. 1 Ezra the 4th chapter. Let's look at that verse 13. First Ezra 4:13. He answered me and said, I went into the forest, into a plain. That's First Ezra. First Ezra, the 4th chapter and the 13th verse. Change books. Notice they use if they wore out. The word is dissipated. First Ezra 4:13. Then the third, who has spoken of women and of the truth, it was a contest, was saying who was strongest, king, lion, or the last one, the third one said women and the truth. Let's see what he said about women concerning, the two that already gave their testimony of the king and lion. So now we're looking at what the third one said. Verse 13, you can read it yourself. But it says, then the third, who has spoken of women and of the truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak. O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women? Wow. Women have borne the king, and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards, from whence the wine cometh. Talking about women. These also make garments for men, These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot men be. Can't be born without women. Yeah. And if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other righteous thing, do they not love a woman which is comely, in favor and beauty? You get gold and money, you spend your money on a nice woman that looks beautiful, and letting all those things go, do they not gape, and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever? Looking at her, caring about her, looking at her, woo. Baby. They say a man leaveth his own father that brought him up in his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father, nor mother, nor country. By this also ye must know that women have dominion over you. Do you not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? Yeah, a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sail upon the sea and upon the rivers, and looketh upon the lion, and go up in the darkness, and when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love, his woman. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and become servants for their sake. See, men lost their minds over women, become servants to the women. Many also have perished, they died, have erred and sinned for women. A whole lot of cats in jail behind women. And now, do you not believe me? Is not the king great in his power? Do not all regions fear to touch him? Yet did I see him in Albany, the king's concubine, the daughter of the admiral, Barnabas, sitting at the right hand of the king, and taking the crown from the king's head. So she took the crown off the king's head and set it upon her own head, put it on her own head. She also struck the king with her left hand. Bam! Struck him with her left hand. And yet for all this, the king gaped and gazed upon her with open mouth. If she laughed upon him, he laughed also. But if she took any displeasure at him, the king was fain to flatter, that she might be reconciled to him again. No, she didn't laugh. She looked real like she was serious and trying to figure out a way to get her back to laughing again, being in good pleasure with her. O ye men, how can it be that women should be strong, seeing they do this? They do thus. Then the king and the princes looked one upon another. So he began to speak of the truth. Looking at each other, he said that, wow, man, that's deep. Now he began to talk about the truth. O ye men, are not women strong? Great is the earth, high as the heaven, swift is the sun in his course, for he compasses the heavens round about, and fetches his course again to his own place in one day. Is he not great that maketh these things? Therefore great is the truth, and stronger than all things. All the earth calleth upon the truth, and the heaven blessed it. All works shake and tremble at it, and with it is no unrighteous thing. Mine is wicked, the king is wicked, women are wicked, all the children of men are wicked, and such as are all their wicked works. And there is no truth in them. In their unrighteousness also they shall perish. Hear that? In their unrighteousness, you're going to perish. That's why righteousness is keeping of the Most High's laws, Deuteronomy 6 and 25. As for the truth, it endureth, and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore. Nothing more powerful than the truth. With her there is no accepting of persons or rewards, but she does the things that are just, and refraineth from all unjust and wicked things. And all men do well like of her works. Neither in her judgment is any unrighteousness. And she is the strength, kingdom, power, and majesty of all ages. Blessed be the Most High of truth. And with that, he held his peace. With that, he became silent. And all the people then shouted and said, Great is truth, and mighty above all things. Then said the king unto him, Ask what thou wilt more than is appointed in the writing, and we will give it thee, because thou art found wisest, and thou shalt sit next me, and shall be called my cousin. Listen, so he's going to give him all this reward, right? Listen what he said. This is a true Israelite indeed. Then said he unto the king, Remember thy vow, which thou hast vowed to build Jerusalem in the day when thou camest to thy kingdom. So remember your vow, that you vowed to build Jerusalem in the day that you came into the kingdom. See, nothing for himself. All that he could have got. Look, the Most High had the king tell him, look, I'm going to make you my cousin. Besides all the things you're going to give him as a reward. But listen to what he said. He said, hey, you vowed to build Jerusalem. Verse 44. And to send away all the vessels that were taken away out of Jerusalem, which Cyrus set apart, when he vowed to destroy Babylon, and to send them again thither. All the vessels that the Babylonians took out of our temple, we went into captivity under them for 70 years. When the Persian and Median Empire come in, Cyrus had promised to build the temple. Most I have put in his mind to help to build the temple. Verse 45. Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple which the Edomites burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldees. So he said, hey, you also vowed not only to build Jerusalem, but to build up the temple that the Edomites, the so-called Caucasian, indigenous Caucasian people, burned our temple down when we went into captivity under the Babylonians. That's why you look at when the Most High say what he say in Obadiah, but you understand that's really beautiful that he didn't think of himself. That's what's honorable in the Most High's eyes is he thought about our nation. That's why the Most High said, look, go to Obadiah. Start at verse 10. There's only 21 verses. This pertaining to Edom. Verse 1 says, the vision of Obadiah, thus said the Most High power concerning Edom. Right? So verse 10 it says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. That's what he said. For the violence against the 12 tribes of Israel, the Edomites' brother and brothers and sisters, say shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, like we just read in 1 Ezra 4:45, and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. They joined in with them. So you was just like one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day that their destruction, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yeah. Thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. See, neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. They came to take us to captivity. Say, he was one like one of them, standing in the way. Here he is, catching us for the enemy. Saying for themselves, this is before we came into captivity under them. We just read about what they did to our temple. They burned our temple down when the Babylonians came to get us. I'll tell you what else they did. For the day of the Most High is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Thus say the Most High. So it's very important. Everything that has been done and is being done, there's a judgment for it, point blank. Ain't nobody getting away with nothing. We didn't get away with anything as the Israelites, and no other nation will get away with anything. Thus say the Most High. You want to know it? It's right here in this word. So I'm close. We're gonna continue on this. I'm gonna shut down right there. With that, if you'd like to reach me, you can reach me, Priest Thaahwam, at P.O. Box 20012, Long Beach, California, 90801-3012. Or you can email me at shieldofwisdom@yahoo.com. I hope this was edifying. I hope you'll go over this lesson so that you'll see that this is how change is being brought about for men and women. This is how you become a new creature. This is how you be born again. This is how you get yourself ready for the kingdom that's prepared for us. With that, I'm out. Shalom.